the kitchen at Westminster for an episode of Saving Time with Margot. I'm going to do things a little different this week. I'm not going to talk about food. This week I'm going to talk about spring cleaning. And you know what? It matters. I was getting ready to get organized at home and do it. And as I was looking at what I use at home, I thought this is important stuff to share. And not cleaning, but how to clean and what to clean with. A few years ago, I decided I wanted to seriously reduce the plastic in my house. And I started making up my own cleaners as a way to reduce the number of products I was buying. Look in your own cleaning cupboard at home. You're gonna see you've got something for the kitchen, something for the bathroom, something for dusting, something for this, something for that, floor cleaners, bathroom cleaners, so many, and they all come in their own plastic bottle. What a shame. You don't need it. Trust me, I'm pretty picky about how I keep my house, and I would never turn back. I love what I'm doing. I love the results, and I'm happy about saving money and reducing waste. So today I'm going to show you how I'm doing it, and I think you're going to love it, and I hope that you give it at least a fair shot. First things first, most important cleaner in our house is an all-purpose cleaner. So this is bathroom, kitchen, wherever you're cleaning, any surface cleaning can be done with this cleaner. This is kind of my arsenal of what do I use when I clean. Simple stuff. First thing for all-purpose cleaner, we start with just straight vinegar. Don't go and pay for special cleaning vinegar, high strength vinegar. Don't go for it. Don't spend the extra money on that. You don't have to. It doesn't matter what kind of vinegar you buy. You're not sanitizing with it, okay? So you're cleaning, but you're not sanitizing. Just buy your normal old white vinegar. You can often get a bottle this size. What's this, 4 liters? You can usually get that somewhere for about $2. $2. One big jug. So we want to put in half a cup of vinegar, half a cup of water, a little bit of isopropyl alcohol, and some Dawn dish soap. But I don't want to make half. I want to fill it up. So I basically want to fill about just shy of half of this with vinegar. And honestly, use my ratio, but don't get committed to the amounts. Okay, so think in terms of ratios, not amounts. Then, always the blue Dawn, okay? I don't really know why, but always the blue Dawn for cleaning. All you want in here is a couple little drops, so just a squirt, less than you'd use for washing the dishes, essentially. This is gonna cut grease. So wherever there's a greasy bit, this will cut through it. Isopropyl alcohol. Okay, A, it's cleaning, and B, it evaporates. It makes things evaporate. They dry faster, less streaks, all of that, okay? So this is important. You can pick this up in any first aid section. I'm saying 2 tablespoons, but essentially you're gonna give it a dollop, okay? That was probably 2 tablespoons, but we're making a little bit more. There you go. You can see how fussy this is. Please don't get nervous, okay? I'm gonna scoot across out behind you and just fill this up the rest of the way with water. When you fill it with water, go slow, because we did put that little bit of soap in there, so it's gonna foam up on you. Go slow. Doesn't have to be hot water. I usually add hot water, but it doesn't much matter. We're not aiming to use the whole thing today, so it won't matter. Right now, I'm just gonna get that water in there and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and it's all, you can see I just filled it. Nothing, I don't measure, don't get nervous. And there's a little squirt and a wipe. Honestly, it's fantastic, okay? It's that, you saw how easy that was, and we're in about a dime. Who are we kidding, right? Honestly, you would pay, what's a bottle of like Lysol cleaner or something, probably anywhere from $4 to $7, depending on what you're buying. Not $1. We'll set that one too. There's your all-purpose. Bathroom, kitchen, walls, anything you're cleaning up, that's the way to go. Next up, houses, glass and window mirrors. Honestly, I was terrible, okay? Everything I did was a streaky mess. I tried all different things. This has been the most successful, and I've been terrible at glass cleaning. So here, our number 1 ingredient is the isopropyl alcohol. Secret to getting no streaks is the fast drying. So you want the alcohol that evaporates quickly, before you get streaks. So for this one, we're doing about, depending on your measure, about a cup of isopropyl alcohol, little bit of vinegar, little bit of Dawn, and then water. So this is a small container. This is just what I was able to pick up. So we're definitely not going a cup. We're probably going to go about, probably about a half cup. So we'll just, I'll get I was about to make a mess. So again, don't torment yourself, just pour it in. I'll go a tad more, little shot of vinegar, tiny bit of the dish soap, one little drop, hardly anything at all. Again, just to get rid of any greasy bits, okay? I'll fill this one up and then we'll come back and do another. Okay, so we've done our all-purpose cleaner, glass and window cleaner, anything mirrors, however you're doing. Basically, our house is almost clean. I'm not going to do it on camera, but I'm going to tell you about floor cleaner. Mix it right up in your bucket, okay, in your mop bucket. Equal amounts of vinegar and hot water. This time you want the hot water. Nobody saves their mop bucket, okay? So you're making it up. So use hot water. It's going to help it dry faster. And then about a half a cup of isopropyl alcohol. And again, I promise you, you put this in your mop water, you're never going to have spots, water spots on your mop floor again. Shiny, quick to dry, no waiting for the floor to dry. Save yourself, it saved me, makes a huge difference. Spring cleaning brought me to the baseboards, right? The baseboards, they've got all those little grooves in them and everything, and they look messy fast because the dust falls and then it's there all over your baseboards. So, starting with cleaning my baseboards, but this works wonderfully for any surface that draws dust. So think about like all your home electronics, they tend to pull the dust onto them. Any surface that gets dusty quickly, and you're like, ugh, I just clean that up. This is what you want to use. Get yourself a little spray bottle again. I buy fabric softener, not for laundry anymore, but I use it for my dust repellent. All you do is put about a quarter cup of whatever fabric softener you buy. Just get whatever's cheap, and we're not doing laundry with it. We're just using it for this. Now, if you buy it for your laundry, use whatever you've got. About a quarter cup to 1 cup of water. So for our little measurement here, we're gonna go about a quarter. We can go about like that. And then we'll fill it up with water to the base of the neck of it. And then that becomes, and I promise you, now with this though, when you use it, spray your cloth, because you don't want this all over your wall. You want it on your baseboards. You don't want it all over your table. You want it for whatever item it is that you're dusting off. So I would call that a quarter. I'm gonna fill it to there. Now I've got my dust repellent. These two are done. I'm gonna go finish this one off. We'll be right back. So speaking about dusting, because it's dusting, I have 2 things to say about dusting. Dryer sheets. Use the ones that you've already used. If you're using dryer sheets in your laundry, don't throw them out, okay? I'm gonna use one of these. We don't have laundry facilities here, so I'm getting out a brand new one. I'll fold it up and put it back. Guess what? This fits a Swiffer. So if you're currently going out and buying those dry cloths for your Swiffer, your used dryer sheets will go on there. Double use. And now you're only buying one thing. It gathers dust and lint just the way your dryer cloths always, or your Swiffer cloths always did. And you're using something that you already used. These are also great for dusting. And again, things like your keyboard that draws dust like nobody's business, and it's really easy to get in all those little grooves on your keyboard, works great. If you have a pet cat or dog, they pull fur like nobody's business. Honestly, just on your couch or whatever, just like that, it's like a lint brush. It's like a lint brush. If it's on your clothes, it smells good too. If you've got static in your clothes, use one of these. Just wipe yourself with one of these. Works great. No need to get a new one out though. Keep using it until it's a mess. So use this, it works great. You cannot go wrong. More dusting. I'm a duster. And I gotta tell you, and this is kind of a laundry extension too. When, when one sock gets a hole in it or goes missing, wherever they go, but mostly if one gets a hole in it, you still have one good sock. And I realized, start it with the slats on like shutters and blinds and stuff like that as a way to easily do that. Basically, you're gonna put it on your hand. This is now the best duster you've ever had. And look how easy it is to go around things because it's just on your hand. This, and when you're done halfway through my house, it's all covered in linty dust and mess and everything. I turn it around inside out, of course I do. You're not even a little bit surprised. And look how easy it is. Then it goes into your laundry just like it always did when it was a sock. Don't not do this. You're gonna remember this when you're throwing one sock in the garbage because it's got a hole in it. You're gonna add the other one to your cleaning cupboard. You're gonna thank me, trust me. More laundry. So first off, fabric softener is vinegar. I put about 1/3 of a cup in my liquid fabric softener dispenser in the washing machine, about 1/3 of a cup of straight vinegar. If you feel like being fancy, you can put maybe 10 drops or whatever of your favorite essential oil. If you want to put a little bit of a scent on your laundry, go ahead and do that. Just add it to the vinegar in your dispenser. Your clothes won't smell like vinegar, I promise. I use it all the time. Charlotte's never said to me, Margo, funny. It's not like that. Your clothes will not smell like vinegar, but they are plenty soft. This is a no-brainer. This is $2, okay? This bottle of no-name fabric softener, I think was $7, and that was like a cheap deal, right? I mean, really? Why are we talking about it, right? This is your fabric softener. Don't turn back. You're gonna love it. Works great. Stains. I've got this apron. This is the apron I wear every time I'm in the kitchen here, and I bake. So butter, shortening, all of these things. And I'm like a child in the kitchen. I'm wiping my hands on my apron all the time I'm in the kitchen. I took it home and washed it quite a few times and it didn't look clean. And I was thinking, oh, Margo, you can kind of see here from today, I was baking today. You can see a bit of a mess right there. It used to be, you can still see some. Honestly, I let this go. Like, this was a mess. So what I did was I went home and I got out my trusty baking soda and I put baking soda, shook it all over the spots that were really greasy looking, that weren't coming clean because they were greasy. And I got my handy Dawn dish soap because it fights grease. And I squirted some of that on top of all the spots that I put the baking soda. And I rubbed all that in. So the dish soap was making my baking soda wet, and I was able to push it all around, bundled it up, threw it in the washing machine like that. This is so much closer to where it started. If you get the all disaster, uh-oh, I got blood on my shirt, or blood on the carpet, or blood on the tablecloth, or my bed sheet, or whatever. Happens. It happens, and it always seems to happen to our nicest things. Hydrogen peroxide. You know what? You're going to spray it on whatever spot of blood you have. So before you rinse it in cold water, okay? First thing you're going to do is you're going to get some hydrogen peroxide. If you don't have one of these cute little spray bottles, doesn't matter. Just pour it onto a cotton ball or whatever you've got. Whatever. Anything. Spray it on and then let it sit. And guess what? It's going to bubble up the way it does if you put it on your cut. It's going to bubble up on that fabric. Once it's bubbling up, you can get a clean cloth. Don't choose a paper towel because it's going to shred and dissolve and make a worse mess. Grab anything. Grab your apron, grab your kitchen towel, grab whatever you've got and rub it in a little bit to loosen that stain. Rinse it and then throw it in the laundry as usual. This, I promise you, it's saved me from more things than you can even imagine. And it's that easy. It works great. Who knew, right? Who knew? It's in your first aid kit at home or your medicine cabinet, wherever you keep things. It's already there. You probably don't even have to buy anything. It's too easy. Cinnamon sticks. Ha! Cinnamon sticks and ants. This is the time of year for ants to find their way into your kitchen, especially if your kitchen is like this one, at or below grade level. There's nothing to be done about it. Seems like one little crumb, one little bit of something on the floor, and suddenly you're infested and it feels like a calamity. The simple little, Charlotte, right behind you, I've got one on the floor here. So this is the kitchen's grease trap box lid. You can imagine it tends to be a bit of a filthy area. I stuck that down here the other day because there were ants and gone. I keep one where the church where we keep the garbage bins, the garbage, compost, and recycling bin, keep one on the floor by them. No more ants. It doesn't kill them. It just makes them go away. They don't like it. So they just leave that area. This is all non-toxic. Do you actually, like, I don't know what's in all these cleaners that we buy. I haven't got a clue. And they've got long chemical names and I don't know what's going on, but I know what this stuff is. It's pretty straightforward. So I'm not afraid of it. I'm not afraid to use it in my house. I'm not afraid of the effect it's going to have on things. Anytime you have a frying pan at home that you've been sauteing in, well, the pan is hot. Well, it's hot and all that grease is liquidy. Just grab your salt. Grab your salt and put a good layer of salt. This works for cast iron pans, stainless steel pans. Put it in there, let the pan cool with the salt in it. I promise you, the salt will gather up all that grease that's in the pan. So don't put it down your drain first or whatever you do. Ooh, bad for your pipes. Just leave it in the pan, add the salt, let the salt sit there while the pan cools. You're gonna see the salt will gather all of that up. Grab a paper towel, wipe it out, and just throw your paper towel into your compost bin. So now grab whatever scrub brush or scrub pad you use in the kitchen, scrub, leaving that bit of salt in the bottom. Everything lifts up, your stainless steel pan will shine, and all you did was salt. I've got these coffee filters here because I wanted to talk about how, when you're cleaning glass, don't use paper towel because it goes linty and then you get that lint all over your glass. When you're cleaning glass or mirrors, use one of these. Use just generic coffee filters. You can usually get 100 for like $1 in the dollar store. So then use that. If you're not going to get any lint, it's going to do a great job of your windows, your mirrors, your glass tables, whatever you've got. This next one is another baking soda and vinegar episode. I cleaned half. I cleaned it with baking soda and vinegar, a little bit of water. Amazing, right? Amazing. So all I do is grab yourself a dish of any size, depending on how much you're doing. All I got here is I mixed up baking soda with some water and just spread it on wherever you've got a mess that you're trying to clean. I mean, that's just about everywhere on this thing. But you're just spreading it on and then leave it there for anywhere from like 8 hours to overnight. Spread it on there, leave it. It's going to get hard overnight. And then all you're going to do is spray it with straight vinegar. Vinegar and baking soda, it's going to go fuzzy and bubble up and all that stuff. And then scrub it. I just used a normal kitchen scrub pad. Look at the difference. Baking soda and vinegar. That's it. Too easy. My very last demonstration today, and thank you for sticking with me. I know this has been a while, but we're having fun. We're getting things clean with nothing. Toothpaste and silver. This is a badly tarnished piece of silver. Put a little bit of toothpaste on there. I'm going to go on here. A little bit of toothpaste. Grab a toothbrush and start scrubbing. You know what? I've done enough to show you. I'm going to go over and rinse it off at the same. Look at the toothbrush. Ooh, that's all tarnish coming off. Like, ooh, yuck. It's not dirt. It's tarnish. And it's coming off like crazy. Let's go rinse this off and I'll show you the effect it's having. You're going to get the idea. Give it a little buff. Look at that. We've hardly done anything. I'd go back and mess around with that some more. But remember how it looked. And now this. So well done. Guys, honestly, save your money. Quit buying all that stuff. I mean, all these companies are going to hate me for telling you that all you need is isopropyl alcohol, Dawn dish soap, vinegar, plain vinegar, a little bit of fabric softener, baking soda, salt, stuff that you already have. Save your money, save your time, save your health. We're reducing waste, saving money, non-toxic cleaning. Go have some fun. Clean your house. It's springtime.